All right, to the battle in southern Somalia, and two key commanders of Al-Shabaab were this morning killed in airstrikes by Kenya Defense Forces in Kismayu. This came just hours after the military command of the terror group ordered its fighters to flee Kismayu. The withdrawal orders came about 24 hours after Kenyan forces and the Somali National Army allies made a three-pronged assault on the city using naval, aerial and ground troops. A radio station Al-Shabaab commanders have been using to rally its forces and call on local people to join the fight went off air this morning. Amisom command says it intends to neutralize special Al-Shabaab targets in Kismayu and restore peace and stability in Somalia. KTN's Patrick Amimo with the details.
Kismayu was Al-Shabaab's last stronghold. But when the Kenyan troops and their allies under Amisom command landed in the port city, Al-Shabaab commanders ordered their fighters to withdraw. Al-Shabaab spokesman Ali Mohammed Rage told AFP news agency the decision to withdraw was a tactical strategy. Reports indicate Al-Shabaab fighters have been gathering in Buulu Abliko district, which is north of Kismayu. KDF forces are gathering intelligence reports to verify if Al-Shabaab has pulled out of Kismayu. The terror group may as well be planning to trap the Kenyan troops and their allies. A KDF tweet says two Al-Shabaab commanders were killed in Saturday morning airstrikes in Kismayu. KDF spokesman Colonel Cyrus Oguna said 5 militants were also killed during night attacks and a lorry and an assortment of weapons recovered. On Friday afternoon, an Al-Shabaab-run Twitter account claimed two of Kenya's armored personnel carriers had been ripped apart by improvised explosive devices, while one had been destroyed by a rocket-propelled grenade. Residents of Kismayu confirmed Al-Shabaab had left the city and that their radio station radio handlers had been switched off. Al-Shabaab's commanders have been using the radio to rally its forces and call on local people to join the fight. The tactic of Al-Shabaab running away from superior arms and firepower began in Mogadishu. The militants often melt into civilian populations and switch to guerrilla tactics using grenade attacks and suicide bombings. As they scampered for safety, Al-Shabaab posted a message on their Twitter account saying Kismayu will be transformed from a peaceful city into a battle zone. The group also announced an end of their more than 5 years control of Kismayu and said it had closed its offices. Al-Shabaab has lost large territory to Amisom forces and may soon realize they have nowhere to run to as Amisom forces close in. The militants control small pockets in the countryside in southern and central Somalia. The fall of Kismayu means Al-Shabaab will now be starved of revenue. The militia has been collecting heavy tax from Kismayu port, exporting charcoal to finance its operations, as well as importing weapons through the port. A new UNDP report on Somalia, launched Friday in New York, on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly meeting, sees investing in youth as key to Somalia's future. According to UNDP's resident representative in Somalia, Mark Bowden, 2/3 of Somalia's youth are unemployed. UNDP has proposed radical shifts in policies and attitudes to empower Somalia youth and place them at the core of development agenda. Patrick Amimo, KTN, Saturday Night.